how to make pie crust and apple bombs. Let's get into it. In a medium to large size bowl, combine 2.5 cups of flour, with 20 tablespoons of cold cubed butter. It's about 2.5 sticks. It's easier if I'll cut them into tablespoons and then cut the tablespoons each into quarters like this. Make sure it's cold. Toss it into your flour just so all the butter is coated, and then start crumbling it into your hands and your fingers. You want to make the pieces about pea size and flat. Make sure you flatten out each cube individually. You want to keep doing this until it's about sandish consistency. It looks kind of like sand. It stays together when you squish it, but then when you crumble it up, it falls apart. This is what you want. Measure a 1/2 cup of water, and to that cup add a few ice cubes and let it get really ice cold. Let it sit for about 5-10 minutes. Swirl it around a little. Then when you're ready, remove the ice, because we're not going to be adding that part to our recipe. Add your cold ice water to your butter mixture, and then start mixing it together until everything's well combined and it fully forms a dough. Once you've got a dough, this dough will make about 1 full pie, bottom, crust, and top. But since I'm making apple bombs, you can just divide them into how many apple bombs you're going to make. You might have to double it if you're making more than 3. But once I've got my 3 balls, I'm going to put 1 ball on some plastic wrap, flatten it out into a disc, and then wrap it nice and tight, because we're going to let these chill in the fridge for at least an hour. Because any pie dough you make, even if you're not making apple bombs, if you're using it for pie crust, let your dough chill in the fridge for about an hour. Start prepping whatever it is you're using your pie dough for. If you're going to do an apple pie or apple bombs like me, you want to use a good apple, like a Granny Smith or a Gala or some good cooking apple that will hold its shape. Peel and core your apples. Don't use the one that has the divider in it. You definitely want to use it separate, because we're going to cut these in a different way if you are following the apple bomb recipe. Turn it on its side like so, and then slice your apple into rings. Don't worry if they turn a little brown, it's no big deal. They're going to get baked in the oven anyway. Slice them into rings, but also keep them in apple form like this. Then move them to the side till you get all of your apples prepped the same way. Yes, we are using 1 full apple for 1 apple bomb. I've tried half before and it's just not enough. Spray a cookie sheet with tin foil after you've lined it with some tin foil. Spray it with pan spray, oil, whatever you got. Let your pie dough sit out for about 5-10 minutes, just so it's not so cold and hard when you try to roll it out. Put some flour onto your work surface. Make sure your work surface is clean. Put your pie dough on top and then flip it over just so both sides get flour. Roll it out till it's about 1/8 of an inch thick. Once you got your pie dough, you can use it for whatever you're doing. Again, pie crust, apple pie, or whatever pie or whatever. But if you're making apple bombs, put your full apple on top. We will be folding it over in a minute. This is just to kind of show you. Make sure it goes around the whole apple. Take about a tablespoon of butter and break it up, and then shove it into the hole of the center of the apple. Once that's done, In a tiny bowl, you want to mix about a teaspoon or a tablespoon of sugar and about a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon. Mix it together till it's well combined. You might need more if you're making like an actual apple pie. Take some, sprinkle it all over your apple, as much or as little as you'd like. Feel free to add like nutmeg and other stuff to it too. Then carefully start wrapping your dough around the apple, like so. Fold one side over and then start going in one circle around the apple. It's easier with two hands. Pinch the top together so it's all one piece and there aren't any holes. And then repeat with the rest of your apples. When you're done, hopefully you'll have some cinnamon sugar left over. Sprinkle it on top so your dough gets a little bit seasoned with the cinnamon sugar. Then you want to bake this off at 350 degrees for about 40 to 60 minutes until your dough is nice and golden and fully cooked. Now you're looking for this nice golden color. Everything is fully cooked and the bottom is nice and golden. It's okay if the bottom is wet, but it tastes better when it's not. When you're ready, serve hot or warm or room temperature, whatever you like, with some ice cream or not, whatever you prefer. You can just eat them by themselves and enjoy.